Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Mr. Feed the Fish. Today, we will be putting water into our 300 gallon. So stick around. Alright, so with the sump, I have not put plants in the sump yet. I'm still waiting to put water in, but that's why we are here today, to go ahead, put water into our tank, make sure it's holding, and well, we already know it's holding because I've already filled it up twice. So with that being said, we need to go ahead and fill it up, check our plumbing, make sure we have no leaks on the plumbing. That's going to be the main focus right now, and then after that, for the finale, we'll go ahead, scape it, and man, if anybody has any ideas out there about putting any fish into the 300, man, let me know. Leave a comment down in the comment section and give me a couple of ideas. Do you think there are any fish in the fish room that need to go into the 300, or should we start over and get new fish? But remember, if we do move any fish in the fish room to the 300, then we open up space in those tanks to get more fish. So I'm gonna go ahead, turn the camera around, and let you guys see the 300 fill up. Alright guys, so we are halfway there. I just figured I'd let you guys see the tank halfway there. So I'm going to go ahead, fill the rest of this thing up, and then give you guys a clear view on how it's looking with all the water in it. Alright guys, so the tank is almost there. Let me go ahead, give y'all a shot of that. That's what the tank is looking like. Got the air bubblers in there, just circulating some water. It's not crystal clear yet just because of the sand is brand new. So like I said, I wasn't able to get all the debris out of the tank, but we got the filtration on there. Tank is almost full. We will finish filling the tank up on this video. Also, we're going to do a little bit of scaping on this video. I got some materials to scape the tank, so let me show you guys that. Alright guys, so the first thing I'm going to show you guys is our driftwood. I think that's a nice piece. I feel like it'll add a lot of character to the tank, even though the wood and the sand kind of blend in together. I'm going to show you guys the other stuff I got so we can kind of add a little funk to this tank. So I went ahead and got some of this black lava rock, which is looking real good. I'm not exactly sure how good it's going to look submerged underwater, but hopefully this thing looks amazing. I'm hoping it looks amazing underwater and everything comes together. So I got a couple pieces of that. I don't want to put too much scape in there just because I want to give the fish, whichever fish they are, I want to give the fish plenty of room to go ahead and swim around. I don't want them to be cramped up in this 300 gallon. I don't want the 300 gallon to feel like a 125 gallon tank or a 55 gallon tank to these fish. Of course, we are going to probably do some fish that get a nice size in there. So that's the driftwood, and then the black lava rock, and then also I went ahead and picked up some Java fern. So I got 2 bags of Java fern I'm going to be putting in there just because some fish do eat plants, especially fish that get big. They will eat plants, but most fish do not like the taste of Java fern. So we went ahead and got a couple bags of Java Fern. It is looking good. Of course, we'll be able to see that once it gets inside the tank. Also, with Java Fern, you don't place Java Fern in the substrate. So I went ahead and went to my local fishing store, and got some of this here fishing line. It's just some cheap 4-pound line. It's nothing special or anything like that. I just went ahead and got that 100 yards or 110 yards of that. So it's clear. And this here is basically how we're going to get our Java Fern to go ahead and stick to the rock. So I'm going to put the Java Fern on the rocks, and then I'm going to tie the fishing line around it so that way it can go ahead and be stuck to the rock, and then eventually the roots and stuff will start growing onto the rock, and it will take off from there. So with that being said, guys, this video is actually a bonus because I was gonna do all the little scaping stuff, and just show you guys some other stuff on another video. But today we might as well go ahead, fill this thing all the way up, get our sump going, and get all of our scaping stuff in. So make sure you stick around so you can see the epic finish. Alright, so here is the finished product with the Java Fern on the rocks. It wasn't easy tying them down, so I did tie them down, and I also used a little bit of glue just to try to get them to stick to where they are, but I didn't put a lot just so the roots have room to go ahead and start growing. So let's go ahead and get these guys down there in the tank, and then we'll put our driftwood in and we'll finish filling it up. Alright guys, so this is the finished product right here. We got 2 pieces of rock over here, and then I put the other 2 pieces of rock over here on this side with the driftwood in the middle, and then these 2 white rocks, I got those in there just to hold down the driftwood until it's waterlogged. So I'm going to have to leave those rocks in there. I'm not sure how long it's going to take for it to waterlog, but it shouldn't be long. So the next step is to go ahead and fill this thing up all the way, which I'm glad I didn't fill it all the way up because I would have had to put my whole head in there just to get that stuff in there. So I'm going to go ahead and finish filling this thing up, and then I'll let you guys see what it's looking like once I get all the filtration and stuff running. Alright guys, so before we look at the tank, look at the filtration and stuff, I got a product over here that Higer sent me, something that we definitely needed for this build, and I have done some other things to the 300 gallon, which I did not record because, for the simple fact, sometimes you just cannot record everything. So I'm going to go ahead and unbox this, which I've already opened up the box just because I needed to open the box up. I've never dealt with this type of product, and so just let me show you guys the product. Okay guys, so Higer sent us out this smart heater. I am covering my address. I don't want anybody to just be popping up at my house. But yeah, Higer went ahead, sent us out this heater, and let's go ahead and open this thing up, unbox it, and see what it's looking like. Alright guys, so this is the heater here. I haven't plugged it in. I haven't done anything yet. I don't know exactly what's going on with it or anything like that. The only thing I did was put these clamps right here on the back of it right here. That's going to go ahead, secure it down, and hold it in place on the glass. This piece slides off, which is like a protective case. This is the heater. It says it's energy saving. Let's hope it's saving energy because I'm using a lot of energy over here right now with all these tanks. And everything is running heaters and filters. So this thing is looking good. It's pretty sleek. Can fit into a nice spot back in the 300. We got the 2 overflow boxes on the 300, so this should fit perfectly behind there. And then it has this here, which I'm pretty sure that this is the controller for the Hygger heater. Like I said, I haven't plugged it in yet, but it is the HG921 800 watt heater. So if anybody is interested in this heater, I'm going to go ahead and put the link down in the description, and you will get 20% off using the promo code Mr. Feed the Fish. So let's go ahead and put these heaters on the tank, and then, well, I'm going to go ahead and put the heaters on the tank, and then I'm going to turn the camera around and show you guys what the 300 is looking like, because I've done a bunch of different stuff to it. So with that being said, let me take care of this heater, which they sent me 2 heaters as a matter of fact. Hygger sent me out 2 800 watt heaters. So I'm going to go ahead and hook these up, and then I'll let you guys see the 300. Alright guys, so we got one heater hooked up in this overflow box over here. This is the heater. And then I got one on the other side. I'll show you that too. Alright, so this is the other side. We got the other heater hooked up over here in this overflow box over here. I'm not going to attach it to the wall or anything. I'm just going to let it hang like that. And up here we have our controllers. So that's one controller, second controller. They are at different temperatures because they're on different sides. So once they catch up with the temperature of the water, or once they catch up, basically once the tank evens out, then they should both be running at the same temperature. But this, so it's 78 degrees on this side over here, and if you push this, I got the heater set for 85 degrees. So we'll let these run for, oh, well, this one over here, let me see. Okay, so they go all the way up to 94 degrees, but I got them set for about 85. Let's set this one for 85. So that, now that they're both set for 85 degrees, which the temperature on them is off just a little bit, just because they're on both different sides of the tank and different columns of the tank. So we'll let those run for 24 hours, and then we'll come back and see if they got the temperature at a stable temperature. Okay guys, so the next thing to do is show you guys what else I've done to the tank, so we could go ahead and wrap this up. And then in our next video about the 300, we will be putting fish in. Even though it's ready for fish now, I'm not sure exactly what fish I want to do in there, but I have a couple ideas. I'm thinking about putting, instead of doing a bunch of monster fish in here, since I scaped it, I kind of don't want the scape to be messed up, and there's other opportunities out there for me to get something bigger for the monsters. So my idea is to put the Severums in, put the discus in there, put the clown loaches in there, and then maybe either, I'm sure I'm going to get more discus, so I want to put some more discus in there, and then maybe we can do some other fish in there, maybe like some chocolate cichlids or something like that. I'm not really sure. Maybe some South and Central American cichlids, VA highs, something that's going to be pretty and something that's not going to outgrow this tank, because the monsters that I have eventually will probably outgrow this tank. But I'm also thinking about putting the arowana in here just so he has more room to swim, and then we'll leave all the other monsters down there as far as the datnoids, and then we'll leave the silver dollars in there, the Bisher in there, and I think that would be enough for that tank. I mean, the silver dollars are pretty active, so I don't want to put them in this tank just for the simple fact if I do decide to put the Severums and the Discus and stuff in there, they're just going to be way too skittish, and I don't want that. I don't want them to stress out the fish. So if you guys can, please leave some comments down in the comment section. Tell me what you guys think, what kind of fish we should do in this tank. Like I said, I'm not going to put any fish in until I'm absolutely positive on the fish that I want to do in this tank, because I don't want to put fish in and take fish out and keep moving them around. So I'm just kind of contemplating on what fish I actually do want to do in here. And yeah, so let me turn this camera around and show you guys the reveal of the 300. Alright guys, so this is what the 300 is looking like. It is looking absolutely beautiful right now. The water is all cleared up. I got everything in. I got the air stones running. So we hooked up the air stones. We got our heaters in. I actually went ahead and got some different lights for this tank. So I got some LED lights for this tank. I got three 3-foot lights. I got 2 of them running front to back, and then the one in the middle is running horizontal. Then down here in our sump, I went ahead and got a pothos plant, and I put that in there. It's I got a piece of styrofoam. I just cut the middle of the styrofoam out and put all the roots down in there, so the roots would be hanging down inside the water. Our filtration, we got our mechanical, we got our poly pad up there with a carbon pad, and we got our lava rock here for beneficial bacteria. Then we have our ceramic blocks down here for more beneficial bacteria, and then it runs into some more poly pad and some carbon and a carbon pad. Then it'll flow down through this sponge into some more ceramic blocks, and we got our bag of carbon there. And then also I went ahead and put 2 return pumps on here, 1 for each side, just to make sure that we have plenty of flow in this tank. So everything is looking good. Everything has come together quite nicely. So that's just that one last shot of the 300. We got our heaters hooked up with the digital thermostats on them. Hopefully, as you can see, that they are catching up. This one is at 78.6. That's 78.2. So I'm going to go ahead and give it 24 hours to heat the water up. It's a lot of water, so I mean, I know it's going to have to work pretty hard to get this water up to temperature and stable. Alright guys, so thanks for coming through. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Make sure you comment on this video so we know what fish to put into our 300-gallon tank. It is finally done. I just want to say thank you guys. Thank God that everything has fell into place. And yeah, I just want to show you guys that we got the heaters. That was the final piece of the puzzle, was to put the heaters on. Put that extra return pump on there. As I was doing some other things, I had to shim the tank a little bit just to make sure it was level and all that stuff once I got the water and stuff in there. And everything is looking good. Everything is doing good. Our plants are doing good. I'm not sure if that wood has waterlogged yet, but we'll get at a few more days, and then I'll try to remove those 2 rocks off of there and make sure it's waterlogged. That'll give some more swimming space in there once I remove those rocks out of there. So make sure you guys give me ideas. I need ideas. I need ideas. I need ideas for the 300-gallon. If you guys agree with the fish I said to put in there, Let me know that too. Or maybe you guys agree with those fish, and I should maybe add some other fish with those fish. So I want this tank to be peaceful. I want it to be a showpiece, no aggression. So keep that in mind when you guys are commenting and thinking about the fish. But that's going to wrap it up for today's video. Remember, always feed the fish. Holla.